Hi guys, back again with me. My name is Desfer. On this video, I will do my project again is pre-intermediate grammar. Okay, start. Today I will explain the causative verb get. The causative verb is used when the subject causes an action but does not perform it directly. The verb get shows persuasion, arrangement, or causing something to happen. It is softer than make, which implies force, and less formal than have, which is neutral. The focus is always on the results of the action, not on who performed it. There are two main patterns for causative get. Pattern A is get plus object plus to infinitive. This is used when the subject persuades or convinces someone to do something. For example, she got him to help. Pattern B is get plus object plus past participle. This is used when the subject arranges for something to be done, often by a service provider. For example, he got his car repaired. Example 1, persuasion. Sentence, I got my brother to help me with my homework. In this sentence, the subject is I, the verb is got, the object is my brother. The action is expressed with the infinitive to help. The meaning is that persuaded my brother to help me. Notice that the infinitive is controlled by the object, not the subject. Example 2, arrangement. Sentence, she got her phone repaired after the accident. Here the subject is she, the verb is got, the object is her phone. The action is expressed with the past participle repaired. The meaning is that she arranged for the phone to be repaired. The structure is passive-like because the phone undergoes the action rather than performing it. Example 3, persuasion. The teacher got the students to finish the project early. In this example, the subject is the teacher, the verb is got, the object is student, the action is expressed with the infinitive to finish. The meaning is that the teacher persuaded or encouraged the students to complete the project. The infinitive shows obligation imposed by the subject. Example 4, arrangement. Sentence, we got our house painted last summer. In this sentence, the subject is we, the verb is got, the object is our house. The action is expressed with the past participle painted. The meaning is that we arrange for someone to paint the house. The subject is not the agent of the action. The house is the affected object. Media examples. Causative get is also used world media. For example, The Guardian in 2024 wrote he got the government to change its stance on climate policy. This follows the pattern get plus object plus to infinitive and shows persuasion. Another example from the New York Times in 2023 said she got her laptop fixed at the local store. This follows the pattern get plus object plus past participle and shows arrangement. This example prove that causative get is common in journalism. For corpus data confirms this usage in corpus of contemporary American English. The structure get plus object plus past participle appears about 35 times per million words in spoken English, but only 12 times per million in academic writing. This shows that causative get is much more frequent in everyday conversation than in normal texts. To conclude, causative get is a perceptive structure used to show persuasion or arrangement. It has two main patterns: get plus object plus to infinitive and get plus object plus past participle. It is widely used in spoken English and appears often in media, making it essential grammar structure to understand. Alright, we continue for topic 2. Um, Conditional sentence. Conditional sentences are structures that connect a condition with a result. They usually have two parts: the if clause, which states the condition, and the main clause, which shows the result. We use them to express facts, predictions, hypothetical situations, or unreal past events. Zero conditional. This is the zero conditional. The structure is if plus present simple. Present simple is express general truth or scientific facts. For example, if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. Both clauses are in the present tense, showing a timeless truth. Uh, this is the first conditional. The structure is if plus present simple will plus verb. It expresses a real possibility in the future. For example, if it rains tomorrow, we will cancel the picnic. The word will make a prediction or a decision based on the condition. This is the second conditional. The structure is if plus past simple. Would plus verb. It expresses an unreal or hypothetical situation in the present or future. For example, if I had $1 million, I would travel the world. The past tense here signals unreality, not actual pastime. This is the third conditional. The structure is if plus past perfect would have plus past participle. It expresses an unreal past situation, often with regret. For example, if she had studied harder, she would have passed the exam. This imagines a different past outcome that did not happen. Here is a real-world example from the Financial Times in 2024. If the economy improves, consumer spending will rise. This is a first conditional. It predicts a real future possibility based on the condition of economic improvement. Another example comes from BBC News in 2026. If we had spoken earlier, the crisis might have been avoided. This is a third conditional. It describes an unreal past situation and expresses regret about what did not happen. Corpus data shows how conditionals are used in different genres. In the British National Corpus, first conditional are most frequent in journalism because they predict future events. Zero conditionals are common in scientific writing because they express facts. Second and third conditionals appear more often in fiction and opinion pieces because they describe hypothetical or unreal situation. To conclude, conditional sentences are essential for expressing conditions and results. Zero conditionals states facts. First conditionals predict futures. Second conditionals imagine unreal presents or futures. And third conditionals reflect unreal pasts. They are widely used in everyday language, media, and academic writing. Okay guys, we start for part 2. Study case assignment do all numbers. 1. Passive voice, past, modal past, perfect, present passive. Original paragraph with errors. Last year, a new policy is introduced by the company to improve productivity. Several employees was given additional training, and some departments are reorganized to be more efficient. The new system has implemented by the IT team last month. Some tasks must finish before the deadline and reports should submitted every Friday. The training sessions were conducted by external consultants, and all staff are required to attend them. By the end of the program, many improvements have been achieved by the organization. Corrected version. Last year, a new policy was produced by the company to improve productivity. Several employees were given additional training, and some departments were organized to be more efficient. The new system was implemented by the IT team last month. Some tasks must be finished before the deadline, and reports should be submitted every day. Every Friday, the training sessions were conducted by external consultants, and all staff were required to attend them. By the end of the program, many improvements had been achieved by the organization. Error explanations. 1 is introduced, change to was introduced, past passive needed. 2 was given, change to were given. Plural subject requires were. 3 are reorganized, change to were reorganized. Past passive, not present. 4 has implement, change to was implemented. Wrong form. Passive requires was implemented. 5 must finished, change to must be finished. Modal passive requires be plus past participle. 6 should submitted, change to should be submitted. Modal passive requires be plus past participle. 7 were conducted, change to were conducted. Uh, past passive requires conducted. 8 are required attend, change to were required to attend. Past passive plus infinitive to attend. 9 have been achieved, change to had been achieved. Wrong verb form, past perfect passive. 10 staff are required, change to staff were required. Tense consistency with past context. Number 2, subjective wish. Original paragraph. Many students feel stressed during exams and often say they wish they have more time to study. Some of them wish they are understand the material better before the test. One student said he wished he studied harder last semester, while another mentioned she wishes she can finish all assignments earlier. They also wish their lecturers will give less homework. In group discussions, several students expressed that they wish they didn't feel anxious during presentations. Overall, they wish everything is easier in their academic life. Corrected fashion. Many students feel stressed during exams and often say they wish they had more time to study. Some of them wish they understood the material better before the test. One student say he wished he had studied harder last semester, while another mentioned she wished she could finish all assignments earlier. They also wish their lecturers would give less homework. In group discussions, several students expressed that they wish they didn't feel anxious during the presentations. Overall, they wish everything were easier in their academic life. For error explanations, 1. Wish they have changed to wish they had. Past form after wish. 2. Wish they are understand, change to wish they understood. Subjunctive past form. 3. He wished, change to he wished. past tense for reported with. 4. He studied harder, changed to he had studied harder, past perfect for regret. 5. She wishes she can, changed to she wishes she could, modal past could. 6. Lecturers will give, changed to lecturers will given, would after wish. 7. Wish they don't feel, changed to wish they didn't feel, past form for unreal present. 8. Everything is easier, changed to everything were easier, subjective word. 9. She wishes, changed to she wished, hence consistency in reported speech. 10. Student express they wish, changed to express they wished, past tense consistency. 3. Conditional sentences. Original paragraph. If students study hard, they will pass the exam easily. If you heat water, it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Many people believe that if they have more money, they will be happier in life. Last semester, if the lecturer explained the topic clearly, students understood it better. If I know about the assignments earlier, I will submit it on time. If she studied harder, she will pass the final test. In general, if people will work hard, they achieve their goals faster. In corrected version, if students study hard, they will pass the exam easily. If you heat water, it was at 100 degrees Celsius. Many people believe that if they had more money, they would be happier in life. Last semester, if the lecturer had explained the topic clearly, students would have understood it better. If I had known about the assignment earlier, I would have submitted it on time. If she studied harder, she would pass the final test. In general, if people work hard, they achieve their goals faster. In error explanations, 1. Will pass change to will pass, modal plus past verb. 2. It will boils, change to it boils. Zero conditional uses present tense. 3. If they have more money, change to if they had more money. Second conditional requires past tense. 4. They will be happier, change to they would be happier. Second conditional requires would. 5. If lecturer explains, change to if lecturer had explained. Third conditional requires past perfect. 6. Students understood, change to students would have understood. Third conditional result clause. 7. If I know, change to if I had known. Third conditional requires past perfect. 8. I will submit, change to I would have submitted. Third conditional result clause. 9. She will pass, change to she will pass. Second conditional requires would plus base verb. 10. If people will work, change to if people work. Zero conditional uses present tense. Number 4, direct speech versus reported speech. Original paragraph. The lecturer said that students must submit the assignment tomorrow. He also said that they are working on a new project last week. One student said, I'm finished my homework, and the lecturer reported that the student is finished his homework. Another student that said that I will come late yesterday, which confused everyone. The lecturer thought that he will explain the material the next day, but later he said, I explained it yesterday. At the end of the class, he said that you can ask me questions now, and students reported that they can ask him questions then. For corrected question, the lecturer said that students had to submit the assignment the next day. He also said that they had been working on a new project the previous week. One student said, I have finished my homework, and the lecturer reported that the student had finished his homework. Another student said that he would come late the next day, which confused everyone. The lecturer said that he would explain the material the following day, but later he said that he had explained it in the previous day. At the end of the class, he said that students could ask him questions then, and students reported that they could ask him questions at the time. For error explanations, 1. Must submit tomorrow, change to had to submit the next day. Tense shift in reported speech. 2. Are working last week, change to had been working the previous week. Tense consistency. 3. I'm finished, change to I have finished. Correct verb form. 4. Student is finished, change to student had finished. Past perfect in reported speech. 5. I will come late yesterday, change to he will come late the next day. Tense plus time correction. 6. He will explain, change to he will explain. Modal plus base verb. 7. I explained it yesterday, change to he had explained it the previous day. Past perfect in reported speech. 8. You can ask me questions now, change to students could ask him questions then. Tense shift. 9. Can ask, could ask. Modal plus first base verb. Questions then, change to questions at the time. Correct time expression in reported speech. Okay guys, that's all for me. Thank you for watching.